So about a year ago, I posted this Instagram reel and it completely transformed my entire business. It allowed me to make over 21,400 US dollars in just 7 days from that one single video, but it also planted the roots to my entire business and it helped me make over $250,000 in the next following months. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do the exact same. I'm not gonna talk about no TikTok dance trends or some entertainment bullshit. I'm gonna show you, number one, how I made that video, but also the exact DM funnel I used to make 21K in 7 days from one video, because 99% of you are doing this completely wrong. And in this video, I wanna break down everything step by step so you can do the same by just copying me. I will break down one by one each step. Step one, the exact 3-step framework that I use to make reels that will flood your DMs. Number two, the exact automation sequence I use to convert these DMs to hot leads. And number three, how to convert these DMs into real money without being too salesy. Now, when I first started out, I listened to all these gurus and I started posting 2 to 3 videos a day. I would post anything, I was throwing shit at the wall and I was seeing what would stick, and nothing really worked out. I was hoping to get a viral video, but nothing seemed to work. I had no framework in place. I had no blueprint. But once I figured out these secrets that I'm about to show you, everything began to fall into place and my content, along with my business, began to skyrocket. One viral video after another, and these weren't just random videos that were TikTok dance trends. These were heavily studied and planned out videos that were targeting my ideal client, who I actually wanted to target because they would pay me money, and as a result, my business flourished. So rather than just showing you how to make viral reels with views that no one cares about, I'm gonna show you 2 things. Number one, how to make viral reels that your ideal client will see. And number two, how to convert these views into actual real money, because we're here to get rich, not famous. So get ready, because what I'm about to show you, people charge thousands of dollars for. So get ready, lock in, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and let's dive right in. All right, from reels to riches, how to convert real views, Instagram real views, to an absurd amount of money. And I'm gonna give you the exact blueprint on how one IG reel made me $21.4 thousand in 7 days, but honestly probably made me upwards of like $200,000 US just from that one Instagram reel, because it planted the roots to my whole business, to me knowing exactly what I have to do in videos to make them go viral, which is why I pretty much get like a viral video every week now on Instagram. And it is pretty straightforward once you understand the framework. In the past, I would throw shit at the wall to see what would stick, and nothing would work out because I had no framework. I didn't have a plan in place, and I'm here to give you the exact framework you need to make, number one, viral videos, but more importantly, to convert viral videos to an absurd amount of cash for your business. Now, if you guys don't already know, I have a digital asset, which is a combination of 2 things, a personal brand and a digital product. So I post content to attract people, and then I sell these people a program on how to make money with a reinvented agency, which is what I used to do, and I still do to this point, but right now I'm moving more towards the digital asset side. So let's dive right in. The framework is super simple. 4 things lead to a lot of money. Instagram reel that then leads to a comment call to action. That comment call to action sends them a lead magnet that activates automations, and then these people are then sent to a VSL. I'll break each one down one by one if you guys don't understand it right now. Instagram reel, pretty straightforward. Comment call to action, you might have seen it all over your Instagram, where at the end they say comment the word start for me to send you my free ebook or my free training. Then ManyChat kind of blew up recently. It's an app, it's a website that I'll talk about more later on, that then automatically sends these people that comment on your Instagram post, it sends them a message. And then from that Instagram message, we first send them a lead magnet, which is a 1-hour YouTube video where I talk about the reinvented agency. And then they automatically enter my funnel where we ask them a couple questions and ultimately send them a VSL where we sell them on our program to help them make money with the reinvented agency. That's the overall breakdown. I'll talk about each thing specifically one by one. So it's literally this video right here, 3.5 million views that equated to $21,000 in revenue. Cash profit was probably about 20K, because with a digital asset, your profit margins are extremely high. And then the weeks following this was the month where we made 59K on just Stripe, plus PayPal was like 62K, but overall 59K in 1 month. And it all started because of this video right here. And this video was what planted the roots to me now making upwards of $40,000 a month each month consistently. So let's dive right in. Number one is Instagram, actually making viral reels. Now, before you do anything, you have to figure out and understand exactly who you are speaking to. Who is your ideal client, and the more specific you are, the better. If the net is too broad, imagine you're fishing. If the net is very broad, all the fish are going to swim through. You want to pick and choose exactly who you want to be targeting and make content specifically calling them out. You want to speak directly to your target audience and try to keep your videos under 90 seconds. I know Instagram allows longer videos now, but for me, what I've seen for virality, under 30 seconds, what I've seen for nurturing and for providing value, between 60 and 90 seconds works best. Now, something you absolutely have to understand is that the first 3 seconds of a video is more important than the other 7 seconds. Really doesn't matter. The rest of the video doesn't matter. If your first 3 seconds are not on point and you don't directly call out your audience, you don't hook your ideal client in, then none of it is going to matter. I've seen videos that would get 3,000 views, but then when they changed up the hook the first 3 seconds, that exact video would then get 3 million views just because of those first 3 seconds, because they're absolutely crucial. You already know our attention span. We have the attention span of a goldfish. They look at a video for 2 seconds. If they're not invested into it, they just scroll and they go on to the next video. It's just pretty much what short form content has done to our brains. The whole structure of any short form video has to go like this. You hook them in, you tell a story, and then a call to action. Some videos you might not need a call to action, but if you want a video to go viral, call to actions work really best, especially comment call to actions, which I'll talk about here in a second. Now, I just want to give you, I want to show you the video that went viral, that started all of it, so you can kind of understand, and it'll be easier for you to figure out what I'm talking about. So let's have a watch.
Teenager or in your 20s, I don't care if you're 13 or 29 and you're serious about making money online, this video is for you. And before you say it, because I know you're already thinking it, I'm not another guru that's about to sell you a dropshipping course for $1,000. But I would like to give you something for $0. I went from being a lost and depressed 15-year-old kid to an 18-year-old making $250,000 a year without ever working a 9-to-5 or studying a 4-year degree. And I've publicly documented the whole process, so I'm living proof that this works. I just made a completely free training where I show you everything I know. There's no catch, there's no gatekeeping. If you're serious about your future and you want to get access to this stuff for free straight to your inbox, just go ahead and comment the word serious down below and I'll send you a private link to watch it. If you're
So that's literally it. Super short. You want to kind of dive deeper into everything I say. So the first 3 seconds, obviously I call out exactly who my ideal client was back at that time. So it's
or in your 20s, I don't care
if you're a teenager or in your 20s. So literally anyone above 13 up to 25 was my ideal client, because those are the guys that want to make money online, and I directly call them out. If in this video I just said if you're looking to make money online, less guys would resonate because the net would be too broad and all these guys would swim through. When I called you out directly, it resonates with you because you're scrolling on TikTok and you see this ugly ass kid with a pimple on his face calling out exactly who you are. Right now I've changed it up more to if you work a 9-to-5 and you want to get rid of your job and be financially free. Just call out exactly who your ideal client is in the first 3 seconds of your video, no matter what you do. If you're a coach and you teach people football, call that out in the first 3 seconds. If you want to get better at dribbling, or if you want to work on your crosses, I don't know shit about football or soccer, if you want to call it. But whoever your ideal client is, you got to figure out their frustrations, their aspirations. You got to do a decent amount of market research to figure out exactly what they want and who they are, so you can call them out in the first 3 seconds of your video. Which is why I always say that it's absolutely crucial that the person you sell to, you've been in their shoes. It doesn't make sense for a fat fitness coach to give you tips on how to get a six-pack because he doesn't have a six-pack. And it also doesn't make sense for a guy who's never been a fitness coach to teach fitness coaches how to make money online. I see a lot of guys doing it nowadays, and these fitness coaches, they think to themselves, why am I going to trust this guy when I've never been in their shoes? Doesn't make any sense. You want to be someone that you've been in your ideal client's shoes and you now are where they want to be at. So for example, me, I was a teenager, I had no money, I didn't want to work a 9-to-5, and I knew the college and the 9-to-5 route wasn't for me. And now I make a lot of money online. So my target audience is someone who is me 3 years ago. They're young, they're hungry, they don't want to work a 9-to-5, and they want to make money online. And those guys can resonate with me because I was exactly in their shoes. I was that young, depressed, broke kid, and now I'm living the life that they envision in their dreams. So that's the hook. You really want to do enough research about your ideal client so you can call them out within the first 3 seconds, because these videos tend to do the absolute best. Even if you open up my Instagram page now and see the content that's performing well, that's getting 100, 200, even 1,000 views or even 1 million views, I always call out my ideal client within the first 3 to 5 seconds. So let's move on. The structure, hook, as I said, you want to grab the attention in the first 3 seconds. That is absolutely crucial. Story. You want to provide value and then tell an engaging story. So for that video, I was telling my story. And I was also positioning myself as an authority. I told them that I've documented my whole life. I know a lot of guys worry about editing, they worry about captions, and even though they might help, that's only about 10% of the video. The story, the hook, and the call to action is 90%, and only 10% is the editing and the flashy stuff, because yes, I understand that a lot of guys have a very bad attention span, and those flashy edits tend to hook them in, but the video overall matters much more than the editing of it. Like this video right here, I edited it on CapCut, and it literally took me about 30 minutes. I have other videos where I would pay an editor $100 and he has all these flashy edits and they don't get over 10,000 views because the video itself is not good. You can't make a shitty video amazing with amazing editing, but you can make a amazing video even better with amazing editing. But just don't worry about editing too much if you're just starting out, because quantity beats quality. When you're first starting out, the more videos you post, the better and better you're gonna get at editing. But for now, you can edit your own videos, and then later down the line, you can find an editor. You can find them for like literally $10 to $20 per video, which is not too big of an issue. All right, so this video on its own, it got 3.5 million views, 2.6 accounts reached. That just means that a lot of people played it over and over again. Therefore, reach just doesn't equal a view. But the important part is it got 170,000 likes and 119,000 comments. Now, keep in mind, everyone who comments in here is already asking for something. So they are considered a lead. They might not be a hot lead. They're still cold at this point because they've only seen a short video of me. So they don't know much about me. They also don't know much about the program, etc. But these 119,000 comments are automatically turned into leads with ManyChat, which we'll talk about in a second. Here's the insights of the video itself. And it got me 38,000 or 39,000 follows just from this video on its own. Now that'll give you a pretty good understanding of how to actually make videos that will get you views. As I said, there are different types of reels. You can make authority reels where you're just showing to people that you know what you're talking about. You can make testimonial, like testimonial ones are same as authority. You can also make connection reels where you're just opening up about yourself and getting to connect with your followers on a personal level. Those don't tend to do well, but they're not videos that are made to go viral. They're videos to nurture your following. So those are the three types of posts: authority, value, and connection. Authority, as I said, showing to your audience that you know what you're talking about. Connection is connecting with your audience on a personal level. And this one right here is a value post where you're giving away something. The video wasn't really valuable, but the whole point was the comment call to action at the end. Now we're going to move on to exactly that, the CTA. Now this video, as I said, got me over 120,000 comments, and these comments are all turned into leads with ManyChat. I talked about it earlier on. If you guys want a more in-depth video about ManyChat and how to use all the sequences, all the automations, let me know in the comments and I'll do that. But overall, more comments literally equals to more views. That's just how the algorithm works. You guys know that, let's say when you post a reel on Instagram and you have, say, 3,000 followers, Instagram then shows that video to a percentage of your followers, let's say to 300 people. And then depending on how those 300 people interact with that video, it decides on whether or not it should show it to more people. So how many views does it get? And more importantly, what is the the watch time of those views? So do they just watch the video for a second and they scroll, or do they watch the full video? The higher the watch time, the more views it's gonna get. It also checks the likes and then importantly, the comments. When it shows it to a percentage of your followers, and if out of those 300 people, the 10% of your following, if let's say 100 of them comment because you're giving away something and you're incentivizing them to comment, then Instagram will think that video is really good and then show it to even more and more people, hence making it go viral. So make sure you always add a comment call to action in videos where your priority is to go viral. The structure is literally a hook or call out your audience, same thing, story or social proof, and then a call to action at the end. Now the call to action can be something else as well. It can just be literally give me a follow. It can be like this video. It can be save this video. It can be check out my bio. But specifically on Instagram, comment call to actions work really well because it gives you another interaction. Then when they comment on your post, the algorithm thinks the video is really good and then shows it to more people even once we're not following you. Make sure you enable ManyChat auto replies to boost the post even more. Here's what I mean by that. As you know, we got 120,000 comments and all these guys are commenting me. Me was what the keyword was, so it's literally DM me, comment me, and I'll send you a private link to watch the video. And then ManyChat on its own replies to every single comment with something like this. You put in exactly what you wanted to reply with. For me, I said just sent, check your DMs, did you get it? If not, DM me start. And a lot of these comments incentivize even more comments. So just sent, check DMs, did you get it? If they didn't get it, they could reply back to this comment saying, no, I didn't get it. And then another one was check hidden message requests, got it. If not, DM me start, because sometimes when It's a comment call to action. ManyChat texts that person for the first time on Instagram, and then Instagram adds your conversation to the hidden requests or the message requests of that person rather than going directly to their inbox if you guys don't follow each other. So in the auto reply of the comment, make sure you add that in there as well. So check hidden requests, and if you didn't get it, DM me start. This is very in-depth ManyChat shit. I don't want to go too deep into that. As I said, if you guys want another video, a more in-depth video on ManyChat and how to actually abuse it to make an absurd amount of money, let me know in the comments. But that is literally the first step of how I made that 21.4K in 7 days from an Instagram reel, making it actually go viral with this 4-step framework right here. The first step is making a viral reel. I gave you an example of my video right here. You guys can take inspiration. Obviously, don't copy word by word, but you always want to follow the structure of a hook / a call out. Then it leads on to a story / social proof, and then always end it off with a call to action. It doesn't always have to be a comment call to action, but right now with the way the algorithm is on Instagram, comment call to actions work really, really well. That's the first step. That's how I got the views. Then, and then the comment call to action as well. Then is the lead magnet plus the automation. As you saw in that video right here, right there, I don't reply the whole thing again, but at the end of the video, I said, if you guys want to learn how to make 10K, I just made a completely free training showing you how to do it too. Just comment the word me, and I'll send you a private link to watch it. So I'm calling out the lead magnet. A lead magnet is the free training. In my case, that free training was a YouTube video. It's this one right here on how I made 59K from one digital service. Full beginner's guide, and it's a 45-minute video. It is straight value. I'm actually giving away a lot of value and building trust with that person, because when they reach out to you, they've only seen, or when they comment, they've only seen a very short video of you. So they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, and they sure as hell are not going to give you any money after watching an Instagram reel of you. So you want them to watch something more. You want them to actually get value from you and start trusting you. You can either do a free ebook, it can literally be a free PDF. For me, I personally like doing videos because it shows off, like they see me personally, and I'm also speaking rather than doing an ebook. And in this video I'm cracking jokes and shit. It's not just value, because another thing that you want to keep in mind is whatever the free training is that you're giving away, you don't want to make it too good to the point where they think they can do it on their own. There's a very sweet line that you have to walk across where they have to think two things. Number one, they have to think, oh shit, if Andrew is giving me this shit for free and it's this good, imagine how good his paid shit is going to be. That's the first thing they want to think. The second thing they have to think is, the second thing you have to make sure they don't think is, I can do this on my own just based on this training. So if you guys watch this 45-minute video here that I use as my free training, it is very, very good, but it isn't that good to the point where they think they can do it on their own. It still is very, very good, and it's better than a lot of guys out there, their courses that they're charging $1,000 for. So let's get into it. Lead magnet and automations. As you know, when they comment, it automatically sends them a DM. The DM is this right here. So anytime someone comments me on a post, ManyChat automatically says, yo, what's up? Let me grab it for you. Sends the link. What made you want to look into the reinvented agency model? You want to make sure you follow up with a question. Now, they've only seen a short video of you, so they're still cold. They're not ready to pay you. The more value you give away in the free training, the more comments you're going to get. Here's what I mean. If at the end of the Instagram reel, I just said, I made a new training on the best business model you can start in 2025. Yes, it's something that's valuable in their mind, but saying, I just made a new video on the best business model to start in 2025 and how you can do it in the next 60 days. Comment me, and I'll send you a private link to watch it. The more valuable you frame that free lead magnet and that free training, the more comments you are going to get. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure whatever the free training is, you label it as very, very valuable, and you articulate it in the Instagram reel so they know that they actually need this. It's not something they want, it's something they absolutely need. It's reciprocity. The more value you give away, the more comments you're going to get. Send them a free gift and then ask a question. It's what I just said right here. Make sure you don't just send them the free training, because a lot of guys are not going to look at it. They'll see your message, they'll like it, and maybe from 100 guys, maybe only about 10 are going to open up and watch it. You want to make sure you get in a conversation so you don't miss out on all these leads, because this is just getting our foot in the door. We're saying the free training is a gift, like, hey, this is for you. Now let's start talking about whether I can actually help you or not. And if I can help you, my program is not free. So the free training, we send that to them. If they watch it, great. If not, too bad. We prefer them watching it, but it's still not a big problem because we're going to get in the conversation with them anyway and build rapport in the Instagram conversation. Keep in mind, every person that goes away and watches this video, the 45-minute video, they come back to me and they're literally ready to throw money at me because they've seen a 45-minute video of me. They now know me, they like me, they trust me, and they know I know what I'm talking about because that video was so valuable. The example is shown below is this video right here. It's on YouTube. You guys can go check it out. It's still up. Make sure to provide significant value in the training. As I said, cross that very thin line of it being very, very good. So they think to themselves of, oh, this is so good. Imagine how good this paid shit is, but also not too good to the point where it's like, I can do this on my own. If you have a course, let's say, and you give away everything you have in the course in that free video, then they're not going to need the course anymore. Yes, you can sell implementation, you can sell coaching, but you still want to hold back some things, the most important things that will fast track their path to success. So that video is really, really good. A lot of guys have gotten results with just that video, but the guys who are in the program, they get results much, much faster because I'm there holding their hand every step along the way. As I said, once they watch that 1 hour video filled with value, they literally throw their wallets at you because they've seen so much content and they trust you now. Let me just turn off Flux for a second. Cool. So that is the getting our foot in the door. They comment, we send them a lead magnet, and then we ask a question. The question is, what made you want to look into the reinvented agency model? No matter what you're sending, and make sure the first question is not too salesy. Don't ask something like, hey, do you want to join our paid mentorship? Just start building some rapport, asking simple questions. This then leads on to a full ManyChat automation. It's this right here. So when they comment to me, it automatically sends them the training. Once they reply to what made you want to look into the reinvented agency model, we reply back with an automation of, oh, sick, where are you from, by the way, what country? So now this is where the funnel and the sales process starts. I don't want to sell everyone and anyone. I want to make sure they're actually a good fit for the program, and we have to qualify them with a couple things, and I'll talk about that more later on in the VSL. But the first thing I want to figure out is, where are they from? With all the respect, guys from India, Pakistan, Philippines, they probably don't have $400 to invest into a program. Guys from the US, Canada, Australia, UK, those are our ideal clients. So the first question we ask when they reply back is, oh, sick, where are you from, by the way, what country? And ManyChat on its own, you guys can put filters. As I said, if you want a more in-depth video on ManyChat, let me know in the comments. I put a filter here to make sure it kind of disregards all the countries that are not third world, but they probably don't have the money to invest into our program. And then it adds a tag of updated warm lead. And then every morning or every time I'm on ManyChat, I open up, I filter to just that tag of warm lead, and I start replying to every single person in there. And then we get in a conversation, asking them about their goals, their struggles, and then sending them the VSL. But this is step one of getting our foot in the door. So that's the first 3 steps. Actually 2, because the comment call to action is part of the Instagram reel. So by this point, we have had a reel go viral, and I showed you exactly how to make viral reels. They have commented asking for that lead magnet, and we've also sent to them the lead magnet. The lead magnet we've already made. It's very, very good. You guys can literally see mine and make an example of it, or like, just take inspiration from it. And then you've asked a question of like, what made you want to look into X? And then you ask back with another question, with your first qualifying question, like how old are you or where are you from? Because you also want to make sure that you figure that out before wasting your time with someone who's never going to pay you anyway. That's the first 3 steps. Now we move over to the VSL. Also very, very important. The video sales letter. Once they've seen the 1 hour training, they now lower their guard. They're much warmer. As I said, they know me, they like me, they trust me. It's much warmer compared to a guy who's only seen a 30-second video of me on Instagram, and I've actually given them something, so now they feel like they owe me. I gave them that 1 hour training for completely free, and they learned so much that they're now thinking like, oh fuck, I actually like this guy because he helped me out so much. The priority now is to qualify them. Can I actually help this guy? The 3 things that you want to qualify them on is country, age, and finances. For country, as I said, we mainly target guys who are in first world countries. US, UK, Canada, Australia, those types of countries. Age, anyone who's below 18 probably isn't a good fit for us, because then we're going to have objections like, oh, I need to speak to my mom to ask her to lend me money, or oh, I don't have $300 because I'm 13 years old. So we try to stick to guys who are above 17, 18, bare minimum 17. Finances, make sure, do they actually have the money or not? We don't want to be targeting broke college students. In the past, I targeted those. So for example, with this video right here, the call out was if you're between 16 or if you're a teenager or in your 20s. So a lot of guys that reached out were literally 13, 14, 15. And yes, it was good for the video, but those are not really my ideal clients anymore, which is why now in the videos you see, I mainly target 9-to-5 workers. And my whole call out is, if you work a 9-to-5 and you want to quit it and you want to achieve financial freedom, XYZ, and then I get into my story. So you want to qualify with those 3 main things. Then we have ManyChat automations to make sure to ask them about their goals and their struggles. This yet again helps us get an understanding of if we can actually help this guy or not. And more importantly, it builds rapport with the person. If we just asked, oh, where are you from? And then we immediately send them a VSL. A VSL is a video sales letter. It's a very short video where I sell my program. I show the value of it and how it can help them. If I immediately send that after asking, where are you from? No one's really gonna buy it, because they don't really know me that well. There's no rapport built. So before sending them that, I build a bit of a relationship with them. I ask them a couple questions like, dope, what's the goal? What's the goal you want to achieve with the agency? They tell me they want to achieve, let's say, 10K a month. And then we ask, cool, so what do you think is holding you back with achieving that 10K a month mark with your agency right now? And then they say, I don't have a framework. I need a mentor. I don't have the time. Whatever they say doesn't really matter. It also helps them get in their head of they're envisioning the life they want with the first question of what's the goal. So now they're thinking of achieving 10K a month. Then we ask the question of what's holding you back from achieving that. And then they, start to get to terms with what they need. And 99% of the time is they don't have the framework or they need a mentor like me. So then me sending the VSL is gold for them, because in the VSL I explain to them that, hey, you can have to do all of this. You can do it on your own, but getting someone like me who's been in your shoes and who's been through the exact journey that you're going to go through, I'll help you skip the whole learning curve, and you can do it in 3-4 months rather than 3-4 years. So that's the ManyChat automations. I'll talk about that here in a second. It's what I talked about earlier on, and then we ask what's the goal, what's the struggle, and then we send the VSL. If they do qualify, so if the goal is good, the struggle is good, they have it, they're from a good country and they're above 17, then they qualify for us to send them the VSL, a short 10-minute video sales letter where I talk about the offer and I communicate the value of it. It's not complicated. You don't need to have some crazy Iman Ghazi type funnel or Iman Ghazi type VSL. My VSL is literally on Loom, and I've made over $250,000 with just this VSL right here. A 10-minute video, and the whole point of it is that it's anti-VSL. I film it as if I'm recording this video for specifically that person, even though I've recorded this video once and I've sent it to over like 100,000 people. I'm recording it on my computer laptop. I didn't even get my camera out. I recorded it on my computer laptop, and I'm speaking to the person watching it as if the video is only meant for them. It's a Google Doc, and I recorded a Loom over it. No editing, no crazy fancy scripting, just literally a Google Doc with a Loom over it. Because by this point, the content is so good, they have so much trust built with me that the VSL doesn't even need to be that good. In the VSL, you want to do a couple things. Number one, you want to show the opportunity, the vehicle. For me, I'm talking about the reinvented agency model and how it can get you to 10K a month. You want to tell them about your journey and your proof of how you made money using that vehicle. So as I said, you want to make sure that you only target people that want to do what you have done in your life. It doesn't make sense to target someone that wants to do something that you've never done. I can't help people, bulk up to or hit fucking 300 on bench because I've never done it. I can't help fitness coaches make more money because I've never been a fitness coach. So you always want to make sure that you target someone whose shoes you've been in. I talk about the old versus the new way of opportunity. Okay, you kind of shit on other things so they realize in their mind that what you're doing is the absolute best thing. So don't do drop shipping because of this, XYZ. Don't do trading because of this. Do this because this is better than all of them because of XYZ. Problems they have. So you also want to call out the exact frustrations that they're encountering because you know all of them because you've been in their shoes. Breaking limiting beliefs and objections. Make sure you get rid of all the objections like, oh, what am I going to do if this doesn't work out? So give the worst case scenario, offer some type of guarantee. Talk about time. Talk about how when you started, you also went to school or you also worked a 9 to 5. Therefore, the person watching this video, you can do the exact same as me because this doesn't require 8 hours of work per day. It only requires an extra 1 to 2 hours a day. Then you want to present the offer, any solution, and then a call to action. For me, the call to action at the end of this video was DM me, I'm in, if you want to join. And once they watch the video and they're ready to buy, they DM me the keyword, then they receive a payment link for $397, and that is literally it. That's how we get closes left and right, all from a DM funnel. That's all starting. The catalyst of all of it is an Instagram reel. It's as simple as that. Instagram reel pops off, comment call to action, then sends them a lead magnet. That lead magnet starts a DM funnel, a DM automation, then ultimately ends up with a VSL where I sell my coaching program for $400. They send me a keyword, they get the link, they pay, and then they're ready to go to start making some fucking money. Now, the important stuff, as I said, is the VSL and the content. And that is literally the most important stuff. If the content is really good and the free training is really good, you build so much rapport with the person that they're literally ready to throw their wallet at you. But you have to make sure you're speaking directly to the person that you want to attract. That's why market research or figuring out who your target audience is the most important thing with building a digital asset. You can't do any of this unless you're very, very clear on who you're actually targeting. And that 4-step framework is exactly what made me 21.4K in 7 days and over a quarter of $1,000,000 just from like 3 or 4 Instagram reels. If you guys check out my Instagram, you can see it. I'm doing this exact framework to this day and it's still printing me an absurd amount of money. So if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below and I'll see you in the next one.